Now you know things are about to get real spicy when the second update to the update is bigger and better than the initial update itself. But folks, Hotfix number 2 is here, and it darn near changes everything about our interdimensional imp, our ghastly girls, and our slinging scout. And we begin with a disgustingly strong change to Wortox here, as he can now telepoof with heavy objects upon his back. Now, we do lose our soul echo ability while doing so, but that's nothing. Especially when, yes, this new command over our soul jumps can indeed work via the map as well. Just anticipate the same jumps, costing more souls overall with the broken back in play. It's pretty sweet, but we're only just getting started, as what if I told you that Wortox could now sweeten up next to those who hate him most? Yes indeed, everybody. With naughty and nice inclination passives now implemented, a nice Wortox can remain neutral to typically hostile mobs. There is a catch, however. If you are nice enough to balance your scales this way, all souls consumed or lost via releasing them doubles. Still, I think it's a worthy price to pay, especially considering all the other buffs to Wortox's nice branch, like how reaching souls 2 now increases healing ranges again on top of its original perk. And to add to this, Soul Bastion 1 and 2 both see nothing but buffs, as the latter looks to help making healing entire parties more effective overall, while the former helps boost the second wave of individual healing per soul to 10 a pop. That is now 30 health per 1 soul, people, if you go this route, of course. For you see, his naughty tree also has some new tweaks too, starting with its passive there that allows for Wortox to quote-unquote overcharge his soul stack for 10 seconds before his typical soul explosion actually occurs. Plus, if you swing more the naughty side overall, Wortox will lose no sanity upon eating or releasing his many souls. To continue though, soul decoys themselves have gotten a little fresher, as they now have new animations to just make them a little nicer looking, and they should draw aggro from further away. But finally, Clay has also gone and worked on making his pan flute skills worth another look through not only keeping the buff of impromptu flutist permanently active until Wortox uses the flute itself or dies, but has also given us some incentive to use the pleasant pastoral, as with it, every use of a pan flute will now generate 6 quote-unquote free souls nearby. And honestly, that's not too shabby. It's just still not as stupidly good as the rest of his tree, unfortunately. But you know what shouldn't be an unfortunate sight after today? Wendy's skill tree. For better or worse, I might add. But she has a brand new picnic casket skill that adds the picnic casket itself, which can now serve as a portable 8-slot storage container for any and all of her elixirs, so take advantage for sure. She also has a totally fresh fragrance to spray on Abigail's flower called the Ghastly Experience here, made appropriately via Forget-Me-Lots and Morning Glory, that works to instantly level up Abigail to full at the touch of a button. Just bear in mind that it doesn't automatically heal her to full if you happen to use it when she's weakened. To continue though, Clay has fully condensed Strong Brew into a single skill to help render the 8-minute durations into 16-minute ones. An extra yield skill has been implemented to potentially allow for 2 elixirs to be crafted at a single time per recipe. And lastly, a 4th Blessed Cistern skill is yours for the taking, but only if you're looking to skyrocket your dead sister's health to a whopping 1,200 overall. Yes, it's a thing, as are some of the amazing changes to Abigail's team spirit skills. First things first though, we can now command her to haunt stuff, and I'm not sure people realize how game changing this is going to become. Secondly, all commands have a faster cooldown overall, and thirdly, her escape mechanic is faster overall to allow for swifter re-engagements after doing so. But we ain't done. Not when super elixirs are a thing now too. In short, her affinity elixirs can be used and applied on top of already active normal elixirs, and vice versa. And if that wasn't enough, let us start the end of Wendy's portion of this video by mentioning how Gestalt Abigail now attacks faster, avoids attacks herself, gives us a better chance to take advantage of her Vex mechanic due to its duration buff, and more. Seriously, people, Gestalt Abigail can now solo bosses. But to truly wrap up our day comes all of Walter's tweaks, but fair warning, they are all tied to his slingshot and his slingshot alone. We begin though with a 3-for-1. All ammo types now stack to 120 no matter what. All ammo crafts now equal 20 rounds a pop by default. And lastly, all rounds that require a specific crafting station are prototyped, so you only need to use said station once. But what does some of that mean for our projectile pro skills, you ask? Simple. Each skill now grants 5 more rounds apiece, up to 10 extra per craft for 99% of Walter's pellets. But some specific pellets have also been altered, like how gunpowder shots now only deal 59 damage a blast, but can occasionally explode into an area of effect explosion that deals double that to everyone nearby. The effect of slowdown rounds can now stack up to 3 times on a single target for some hilariously slow movement speeds. And lastly, Dreadstone rounds have been buffed to deal 68 damage a shot, with a more unique twist to them coming down the line. But if we're getting real fancy, we need to venture into his affinity territory, as bolt skills now come with 2 rounds apiece. Pure Horrors hit for an initial 38 damage, only for Little Shadows to passively hit our targets for 10 damage another 4 times, whereas Pure Brilliance rounds actually debuff our targets into taking 5 more planar damage a hit on top of their initial 54 damage a shot. Be mindful though, this extra planar proc can only come from other planar weapons. But to truly wrap things up come a few more changes to pre-existing crafts. Brightshade rounds spawn hard-hitting Brightshade vines to deal a crap ton of damage. Scrappy frames now need an endgame level upgrade craft specifically to reach their infinite ammo. And finally, the special attacks of the Thulsi frame now hit as an area of effect attack. So pew pew, as there you have everyone. Yet another update to the update, and a major one at that. And believe it or not, there's already more to come before these 3 hit the main servers, so watch this space before you go chasing what is likely the final release of 2024. But thanks for watching, well wish to all, spot your light on what still needs time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.